All right, so you felt a mass, you had the mammogram, they saw something suspicious, they did the ultrasound.
Yes.
And they said they saw about a 2.5 centimeter mass. And that sometimes can be hard to kind of visualize, so I like to keep this ruler. So that's 20 millimeters, okay? So 2.5 centimeters is to there.
So it's about an inch and a quarter.
Yes, exactly. So
Okay.
there's 22 millimeters in an inch. This is, they're measuring 25. So it's about that big.
That's pretty big, right?
To me, it feels even a little bigger, but sometimes that's because of the biopsy itself, because you get some swelling and some inflammation even with the biopsy.
Okay.
So it's not what I would say small. It's certainly not like big.
Okay.
But you're a smaller person on the thin side. And I think that,
boobs.
well, and you have a modest to moderate breast size, I would say. And so I think, when you kind of put all that together, the tumor size to the breast size ratio, right, seems a little bit like maybe we should think of some ways, creative ways to sort of treat you so that we can still do a lumpectomy maybe if that's what you would like. The other thing that I think we need to take into consideration, that's great.
We love it, but it's going to be now, this kind of puts a strain on the business because we have to get somebody else to come in and help Tim because, half of our...
Well, I'm not wrong in that it's going to be earliest for surgery will be February.
If we do the neoadjuvant chemotherapy, yeah.
$100 to get my hair highlighted and everything, and I have an appointment next week, and I'm like, should I cancel it?
Do the oncologist
Okay.
Yeah, no, I know, it's hard. I mean, the way I think, the chemo goes after actively dividing cells. So, and that's good, when we're talking about killing cancer cells because they're actively dividing, but the other cells in your body that are actively dividing are your hair cells.
And your nails, right?
Your nails, your GI cells, which is why, sometimes you can have some stomach upset.
I read that some Crohn's patient get chemo for therapy. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, I'm not a Crohn's specialist.
Maybe in extreme cases.
Yeah.
Is chemo still as hard on people as it once was?
That's a good question. A lot of the medications that they give now to prevent a lot of the side effects have really helped. And they give you pre-medication. It's steroids, so you've probably taken steroids before with the Crohn's, but they do help. I'm not going to lie to you, chemo is chemo, and
It's suck.
it's chemo, but it works, and it especially works on these type of more aggressive tumors. It's really great.
All right, here's Hi, how are you?
Hi, thank you. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too. So the scan was good.
Was it?
Yeah, nothing
no
else.
node involvement at all?
No. So nothing else other than what we know.
God, thank God. I was on my edge of my seat all day.
I saw it today, and it was just actually reported today.
Okay.
And so basically they see mass in the right breast, which we know about, and there's a small amount of activity in the lymph node here, small amount, which we don't know whether they are involved or not, but they need to come out anyway,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Does that mean?
It was a 1.4 centimeter in the left breast at 4 o'clock. At 4 o'clock, nobody could feel anything. Now, Dr. Kalia examined you, she didn't feel anything.
Yeah, she did an exam for me, she didn't feel anything. The radiologist did it with the ultrasounds and then the MRI, so whatever.
Right, so this was only seen on the MRI.
Okay.
So we don't even know what it is.
Could be calcium.
Could be calcium, could be something else, could be, but there is something there.
Okay.
And they said,
But there's no gathering of radioactivity from that shot or anything, they just showed that the cancer cells are consuming it? Or,
right,
okay.
no, it does not say that.
Okay.
You had several small things on the MRI. MRI picks up a lot of stuff that we don't even know what to do with that.
Okay.
So MRI is very sensitive.
Okay.
So
With a PET scan.
PET scan, also just to tell you, PET scan does not pick up small things which are less than 1 centimeter.
Right, I read that online.
Yes.
So
So
you
it-
do them as I progress in treatment, we repeat the PET scan at
Yes,
some point?
so first of all, if we don't find anything, now we didn't find anything here, and you'll get this mastectomy done and you'll have the lymph nodes taken out. And then after that, you come back here, you recover from the surgery, and we proceed with the chemotherapy. Okay, chemotherapy plus Herceptin therapy. And you know, as I told you before, the chemotherapy will be 6 cycles, and then the Herceptin therapy will be once every 3 weeks for a year. It seems long, but when you're doing just Herceptin therapy, it usually is not that bad. We will not stop.
And it'll be paid for.
We hope that it will be paid for.
Yeah, well, if the insurance won't cover it, mommy and daddy will cover
Oh,
it.
okay, no, I see what you mean, but you know, we hope that that does not have.
It's called locally advanced breast cancer?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, just wanted to
If
answer
the
that.
lymph node is positive.
Oh, okay, it's positive. If it's negative, then it's even smaller than that.
Right, so
I'm sorry to hear that. Everything came out okay, though.
Yeah, that's what they said. Them stones are good.
How's your head? What are you, really foggy?
Not as foggy as I'm in pain.
Did you tell them that? Were they giving you something?
Yeah,
They
there
can
were.
only give you so much pain meds at once.
Especially because she still has so much anesthesia in her system. Otherwise, it'll shut down, probably shut down the respiratory system. And your heart stops and you can't breathe, and that's not good.
What?
I think so, 5 or 6 hours.
Any reason, but he's gonna do that. If it shows active inflammation, he's going to suggest that I do surgery. He's gonna try it laparoscopically, because he said that if it's active, it could be Crohn's, but it also could be cancer, because he looked at the size of it. He says it's huge in there, the intestines, and he wants to take a look at it. So I don't know if you have any input for that and what.
Yeah. How you feeling?
Feeling good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How's the chemo?
Chemo was good for me. I walked through it
Oh,
real
good.
at ease.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
was
great
very
to
lucky.
hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
can be tough,
Yeah.
but I'm glad to
I
hear
was
that
lucky.
you didn't have
Just a
too
little,
much-
I was tired was the most
Yeah, like fatigue.
fatigue, and it kind of affected my Crohn's, so I'd have a flare up like the
Right.
week after, but it would be short lived.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The steroids probably help the Crohn's.
That's what everybody
right?
said, but I think that maybe the gastrointestinal tract was shedding its lining or something, like it was causing some sort of inflammation, because it would be right after the full chemo treatment.
It's interesting because chemo is designed to go after the actively dividing cells, and so those are cancer cells, right? Which is good.
Yeah.
But then they're like hair cells, skin cells, GI cells,
Yeah.
and that's why you get those specific side effects.
Yeah. I know.
So.
But other than that, it was pretty good.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And now you're on the.
I'm just Herceptin through
Okay.
August.
Okay, and that's not so bad, right?
Not at all, no.
Not at
My
all,
hair's
okay.
growing back finally.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
good.
and yeah, it's a walk in the park for
Okay.
comparatively to
Okay,
anything
good.
else. So, yeah.
Alright, and any residual pain or?
No pain. I
Okay.
found that I told Dr. Zaire yesterday, because I had Herceptin yesterday, just a tiny like lumpish type thing that is probably just due to the surgery that I hadn't noticed prior or whatever
Okay.
to that. You can feel it. So what you
Okay,
think.
okay.
And I understand that I have to continue to check my breasts even though I
Yeah.
had a double mastectomy.
Mm-hmm.
What's the odds of somebody that's had a double mastectomy?
It's very low, so
Yeah.
it's like in the low single digits.
Okay.
But nobody alive has a
Say
0
100%.
risk of breast cancer. It's just, you know, it
Okay.
is what it is. So when we do a bilateral mastectomy, we remove all of the breast tissue that we can see,
Mm.
but there's always microscopic cells that
Yeah.
are left behind. That's just
Yeah.
the way
that could
it
be
is.
anywhere. Yeah.
Right,
so, yeah.
right. So that's why we continue to follow you.
Okay.
Okay. But it's very low. It
Okay.
really is very
Cool.
low. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, good. All right. So let's do an exam and then raise this up. So the Herceptin will finish in August?
August.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be nice.
Yes.